What would you say if I were to tell you that it was possible for a man to turn into a werewolf?
I'd say I was Little Red Riding Hood.
What's going on, guys? Geekin Drinkin back. My name is Eddie.
Steven.
I'm Matt.
And we're back again with episode number 5. And we're getting close to getting very close to Halloween this year, guys. It's middle of October. Weather's getting a little cooler sometimes, maybe not really. Beer getting a little darker, and things getting a little more spookier around here. If you haven't checked out our last episode, we took a tour of Ranger Creek. Once again, we want to thank everybody at Ranger Creek for allowing us to go and giving us a good experience. So go check out that episode along with all our other episodes on YouTube.
Yeah, it's been it was a real good tour. That you enjoyed it over there. I know you like that bourbon that they
yeah, I mean, I like whiskey. Probably the only type of liquor that I would drink casually instead of any other ones. But I mean, it was smoother than like all the commercial whiskeys like Jack Daniel's and Jameson and all that. But I mean, it's good. It's good, and the beer's even better because.
Oh yeah. Which speaking of the beer, again we're enjoying another wonderful Ranger Creek. It's their Oktoberfest, which is really really delicious. So cheers, guys, to this.
And we also got these awesome Stranger Things glasses, to put us in a little October mood.
Set the mood for Halloween, And speaking of it being Halloween and things coming up, we got a lot of new stuff that we're going to talk about. Some new, things with, music, some movies. Just a lot of different things, but first I want to recognize that we just got a new logo. So, I want to thank our friend Lemon Lightning for designing it for us. It's a real good logo. It's real awesome. If you want to check out more of her work, you can check out her work at lemonlightning.com. So again, that's lightning, like thunder and lightning.
Thunder.
It's lemonlightning.com. So if you want to check out more of her work, I strongly suggest you go and check it out. So
check it out, guys, and support her. But yeah, I mean, I thank you for that logo. I mean, it's been a work in progress, and I mean, it's gotten better and better, and we're all happy with the outcome of it. So I mean, thank you again. But yeah, like Steven was saying, we have a lot of stuff to get to today. We're definitely gonna touch on Halloween, the franchise, and other horror movies. But there was one thing that I wanted to bring up on this show, and I wanted to get you guys' thoughts. This week, it was announced that James Gunn, former director of the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, who was let go from Disney, is in talks to possibly direct and write Suicide Squad 2, moving from Marvel to DC. And I mean, that's just about the news of it, but I mean, I think there's a lot more to dive into. I mean, I'm, for one, really excited about it. I'm probably one of the only ones here at this table who still has hope for the DC Extended Universe, unofficial name. But I mean, I liked Suicide Squad, the first one. It was what it was.
Like I mentioned before, it was entertaining, and don't get me wrong in that. Granted, yes, I know people had some issues with some of the characters on there. The storyline itself, and
very generic story.
Yeah, I mean, and then coming, Suicide Squad coming off from
BVS.
Yeah, Batman versus Superman. So, but I mean, I enjoyed it. I like it. I have more high hopes for that than I do for the heroes of DC, which I don't know if that's a little ironic or not.
Yeah, and the thing is, like when Suicide Squad was first coming out, a lot of people were comparing it to Guardians in the sense that, when Guardians came out, it was a team of superheroes that wasn't really known in, the general audience. Yeah, some comic book lovers knew about it, but it wasn't a well-known property in Marvel.
And not only that they were like superheroes or heroes in general, but more like they were like the rebels.
Yeah, they were the outcasts of the superheroes, you could say. And so when Suicide Squad was announced, people were comparing it to that. Is the general audience going to care about these group of villains that that we're getting a movie about, and they did. I mean, the box office return on Suicide Squad was pretty successful, despite the movie itself. But hey, did you guys know also that Suicide Squad is an Oscar-winning movie?
It really is.
It is.
For best makeup for some reason.
Best makeup.
A lot of better. I mean, Suicide Squad for me, I watched it. It was there.
It was there, yeah.
And like I said, like I was entertained in the first opening where they're introducing all of them. We got to see some of the heroes, including Flash for like the first time the new Flash for the first time on screen. Batman, being Batman, gliding down, taking down the Deadshot and taking down Joker and Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, once the movie just started progressing like towards the third act, that's when my expectation kind of just dropped. It's like
the interest kind of just.
It's just like, all right, so I can see what this is going to be, like generic third act. Heroes drop in, save the town.
Enchantress dancing. So I mean, let's fast forward a little bit. I mean, here we are, 2018, and that same director from Guardians, who managed to take that band of heroes and make it super successful. It's moving over to DC and could possibly do something a little different with the sequel Suicide Squad. I mean, we are getting the Joaquin Phoenix Joker solo film. So do you guys, first of all, do you guys think that we're gonna get the return of Jared Leto as Joker? And second, do you guys want to see that Jared Leto Joker come back, aside simultaneously with Joaquin Phoenix as Joker?
Well, I think despite the solo Joker movie coming out with Joaquin Phoenix, they were still gonna have Jared Leto play the part of the Joker, because like we were saying before, what DC's now doing is like they're gonna do these movies, but they're not gonna connect or cross over with each other.
Standalone.
So they're just gonna be like they're standalone movies,
But they're still gonna have references and all that.
Yeah, and obviously, and so I think that's why I think Jared Leto was still gonna be there. Now, speaking of Jared Leto as the Joker and James Gunn coming in on this project for Suicide Squad 2, I didn't get to read the full article, and lately I've been doing that a lot. I always just see the headlines and I save it and then never go back to it to read it. But there was also I saw that there was some problems that may already be occurring between James Gunn and Jared Leto, saying that James Gunn has made comments about Jared Leto before, so they don't know if that's going to be if they're going to work out an issue, or if Jared Leto is even going to be featured in the writing of James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
And after that, I even heard that they're going to even have new villains.
That's what I heard. That,
well, I mean that
like recasting the whole thing, or I mean just
not sure recasting, but
maybe featuring different
villains, similar to the ones we got from the first.
And that's the way they've usually always gone. And it's never always been the same villains in the Suicide Squad.
To me, people who aren't like familiar with the Suicide Squad, only familiar with the movies, maybe they got attached to those characters, and it's like, oh, we're just gonna change out the whole roster, add different villains so y'all can get used to. And it's like, well, what if I like Deadshot? I want to follow what Deadshot was doing, or I mean, there's other least memorable villains like Killer Croc or Captain Boomerang.
Well, I mean, the standouts were, obviously Deadshot, Will Smith, and Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie, and I mean, she's already had 3 movies announced separately, so she's like, who knows what's gonna happen as far as that, But I mean, what does this get? What does this say? What, I mean, is Disney? I mean,
I think it'll open up the universe a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
In my opinion, I kind of see it as the good part. I see the bad part is what Matthew was saying too. It's like you got these characters that people who love the movie but never read the comics or followed the characters in the comic books. They grew to love these characters on screen. And then what's gonna happen if they just kind of okay, well, we're not gonna bring this person back, but we're gonna bring this one in. People are gonna be like, okay, well, where's Harley Quinn? What if Harley Quinn doesn't come back?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's where Birds of Prey comes into.
Yeah,
That's
and
where she's
you know,
gonna
with
be
those
doing her
Birds
own
of
thing
Prey,
now.
there was Gotham City Sirens, there was the Joker and Harley movie. DC's just kind of like spitting these ideas out.
Well, that's what they turned Gotham City Sirens instead of Birds of Prey now.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't
so
think
it's
they're
all
gonna
kind
come
of
out with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, but I wanted to get you guys' thoughts. I mean, is this a statement from from Warner Brothers and DC? You know, is this a giant middle finger to Disney? You know, by James Gunn, by Marvel? I mean, by DC? I mean, I can't help but think that it is a statement. You know, like, I mean, James Gunn was publicly fired. You know, for making crude jokes in the past. And
Like who? Come on, who hasn't?
I mean, yeah, and I mean,
But I guess it's just hard when you're a public figure.
Yeah, and like I say, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with his firing, but it happened, and
Dave Bautista
was really vocal about how he was upset about it. On top of that, Dave Bautista's even, his first tweet following the news of James Gunn, joining Suicide Squad, his first tweet was, "Where do I sign?" I mean, come on, like. I love Dave Bautista. I love him as Drax, but I would love to see him in a DC movie. I mean, but yeah, I mean,
I would love to see him as Bane.
I saw a picture online, and someone's like, they asked, what character would you like to see, and he had the Tom Hardy Bane mask. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, I mean, but do you guys think that this is somewhat of a statement from from DC that they're?
I mean, it could be. I mean, like I said, DC right now is just all over the place right now. They're just trying to. Like I've said before, I think they're just trying to play catch up. They're just trying to do as much as they can, but.
So you think it's a reactionary thing?
Yeah, and I figure, I'm thinking like, oh hey, look, they let go of this guy. Let's grab him. Let's scoop him up.
And he is a good director. I mean, look what he did with Guardians 2. He even all the dialogue from Infinity War that has to do with Guardians, James Gunn wrote. James Gunn, was really heavily involved in that. So I mean, he's good. He's a good director, and I think he's an awesome addition to this. I mean, but what's your guys' thoughts about this? I mean, I really want to hear everybody's thoughts. Regarding James Gunn, regarding Suicide Squad 2. What's gonna happen with Guardians of the Galaxy 3? We don't know.
Are we gonna even get?
Yeah, are we even gonna get it? I mean,
I know Dave Bautista, like you said, he was real angry and vocal about the release of James Gunn. And was even, more vocal that, he'll stay on the project as long as he use his script.
Mm-hmm.
But then now they're thinking about just scrapping everything off from James Gunn. Like, he has not going to have anything for Guardians 3.
Yeah, well, I mean, especially now, when, I think that's more true now, especially, that he's going to DC. Why would they want to use his script?
And with the events of Infinity War... if Dave Bautista decides to not return as Drax,
it's so easy to write him off.
Yeah, so easy just to be like, well, he was one that never came back.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
So I mean, and that could also be Disney giving their
middle finger back. It's a turf war.
Yeah, so I mean, it's real hard. It's real hard, and I mean, it sucks. It is what it is.
Some parts of it suck. Some parts of it get me excited. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
I love. It was despite my thoughts on the DCEU. I just want to see that franchise succeed. I mean, I really do. And whatever direction they take it, but if it's that, if it's they cast new characters or they want to make movies that aren't attached. Do what you gotta do to make it succeed and make good movies for us comic book lovers. We that's all we want. That's all we want is good movies that we can enjoy.
Characters that we loved and grew up loving, and then seeing them on the big screen. Brought us back to our childhood.
Yeah, I mean it's. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Kind of sticking in the Marvel universe a little bit, or I mean, I know we were just talking just more because of James Gunn, but with kind of sticking into that, and speaking of characters that we loved when we were kids, I just recently went to go see the Venom movie, and I know there was a lot of negative feedback or talk about the movie even before it came out. A lot of negative reviews on it. But I'm going to tell you guys, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was good. It was real entertaining. I mean, it was funny. Despite how certain people feel about Tom Hardy, and his just acting in general, I guess. But I liked it. I enjoyed it. If you guys haven't seen it, I suggest y'all go see it.
Well, I mean,
at least once.
I mean, you're not the only one. I mean, I mean, it's not something I really look at, but I mean, it says a lot about it. That the Rotten Tomatoes, the critic score on Rotten Tomatoes is like I think it's like it's low. I think it's like I think it's like 30. Honestly.
Same as Spider-Man 3, I heard.
The critic score for Venom is like, I believe at a 30. I might be wrong, but the audience score is currently like at 90, almost 89, 90%. So I mean,
and despite that it was coming out the same weekend, or these two movies were coming out the same weekend, Venom and A Star Is Born, the Bradley Cooper Lady Gaga movie, it still outdid Gaga and Cooper and
well, I mean, like,
yeah,
the box, like
it's the first time he's going to see Venom in his own movie and like kind of done right. But me, I wasn't too really thrilled, even from the get-go for Venom, and like once I heard all the reviews, it kind of just made my thoughts about it. It's like, all right, so I'm not gonna be in a rush to see this.
And y'all knew. We talked about it before. Y'all knew I was, keeping, my head up about it, being optimistic about it. And I mean, it didn't deliver a lot of what I was expecting, but it did live up to being a good, entertaining movie. And I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, this looks like garbage. This is trash. It's CGI." But I mean, come on, how can you really bring Venom to life on the big screen without having it look
heavily CGI?
Yeah, heavily CGI. I mean, it's he's got the symbiote's like a goog looking thing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like all the reviews that I've heard about it, I mean, like they said like it, like they're pretty much bottom line is it a good movie? No. Is it a fun movie? Yeah, it's a fun movie. I enjoyed it. So
what makes it fun is just the relationship Venom and Tom Hardy has, and I heard it's just like Venom's just really funny in the movie.
Yeah, and he's funny too. I mean, what I also liked about it is the actors themselves being able to hold back on not releasing any spoilers for the movie, and going and watching it, and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe they did that, or oh man, that's so awesome, I mean, it was
I saw the end credit.
I think that
I'm not gonna spoil it, but
I think everyone was gonna eventually see that, but there's other parts in the actual movie itself that when you see it, you'll be like, oh my god, that's so awesome, they did that, but again, like I would suggest go seeing it. It was good, it was entertaining, I loved it, I would go see it again. Sorry, one thing I just wanted to say real quick though too is I know the ratings for the movie changed from it being a R-rated movie to a PG-13 movie, which we had talked before. I really do hope that the director is serious about what he said before, that he's going to release his version of the movie when it comes out on Blu-ray, because some of the things he does on there is like, oh man, that would have been so awesome if it was an R-rated movie. So sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, it's all right. I was going to say, another movie that came out today I really, really want to see. Actually, I almost went to go see it, but I got busy playing the new Call of Duty game. But more to that later if I have the time to talk about the game. But I really want to see the Bad Times at the El Royale.
Yes.
I know, because it's from the same director that wrote Cabin in the Woods. Yeah. So it's going to be a weird movie set inside of this hotel that takes place in which one? Like Nevada and California?
I think it was Nevada.
Nevada and California? And like the state line?
Well, I mean, the cast itself, it's Chris Hemsworth, Dakota Johnson,
Jeff Bridges,
John Hamm. So, I mean, the cast itself, I mean, it's shaping up to be a pretty good a good movie, and all the reviews that I've heard have been pretty positive about it.
And I hope it's not one of those movies that gets overlooked because it's not a very out there movie like how Venom is, how like
it's not like a super like big box office movie. It's just
a good movie.
It just looks like a real good entertaining movie. And I totally forgot about that. That was coming out this weekend, and that's another one I would love to go see.
Honestly, I almost went to go see it today, and I was up early. I literally live right down the street from a movie theater.
I live across the street from a movie theater. But I mean, guys, it's October, and one thing that I love to do during October is watch a scary movie. My go-to scary movie is always and will always be Halloween. And you know, I'm not talking about Halloween 4. I'm talking about Halloween H2O. I'm not talking about Rob Zombie. I'm talking about Halloween 1978. No, Resurrection. God, I don't like Busta Rhymes. But Halloween 1978. John Carpenter, Deborah Hill. It's a indie movie from the 70s. Low budget. William Shatner mask, painted white, and it worked. And it worked so well that it gave us so many sequels.
It became a real big cult classic.
Mostly bad. So you know, one remake and we're getting
two remakes.
Well, two remakes.
Well,
we're getting.
the second,
depending on how you see it, because
It's-
you know.
just because it took place in the hospital.
But I'm saying, I mean, they redid the first Halloween. It was a remake, and then Halloween 2 was.
And at that, he kind of just strayed from it, like a little bit.
Yeah.
His own type of story.
Yeah.
So I mean, okay, let's rewind. You know, the first Halloween. You know, what do you guys think of it? You know, when's the last time you seen it? Do you like it? Does the
original?
Yes, the original.
Oof. It's been maybe like
Because
last time I
maybe
seen
like
it was
a
probably
year
a
or
few.
two.
Yeah.
Because for me,
It's been a while for me.
growing up, that movie scared the out of me, and like just the simple thought of like someone just standing there watching you, following you, scared me. And I mean, honestly, I've watched it recently, and I still love it. I still love the movie. I just don't think it holds up so much nowadays. I mean, because it's really old. I'm
gonna have to disagree with you a little bit, but go.
I mean,
go ahead,
like,
go ahead.
not that it's a bad movie to watch. It's just like it's.
It's not like the way it was before that. It was scary when it first came out. That period of people, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like because when I was younger, that movie scared me. I couldn't watch it. I was scared me. And now I could just watch it. And like my son was watching it with me the other day, and he's just like, "Ooh, it was scary." I was like, "Oh, come on, like, be more scared of this," And I'll still watch. I like it. I like it. But like I said, it just gave us a long list of sequels.
That just kind of went
completely
went
off the
from
rails.
good to bad.
Yeah, I mean,
to worse.
Or from good to like not even having to do with the story to like kind of just like alright to just like okay, not my cup of tea to like alright.
Yeah,
it's just.
I mean, I don't know if y'all know, but
H2O was pretty.
H2O was good, but
there was some parts where like didn't make sense.
Well, I mean, think about it. Halloween comes out, Halloween 2, Halloween 3 just nothing to do with it. Halloween 4 comes back with Michael Myers, and you get Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis' character, has a daughter, and apparently Jamie Lee Curtis' character is dead, died in a car crash. They say it in the movie. So movies go on, 5, 6 go on. H2O comes out. Jamie Lee Curtis is back with the son, Josh Hartnett. It's just like, okay, what? Like, I thought she was dead.
And I thought she had a daughter.
And like,
who also died.
Who also died? Yes, in 6. Who I don't know. You remember Halloween 6 gave us one of Paul Rudd's first movies.
Yes.
Yes. But I mean, even then, the Curse of Michael Myers gave us like this supernatural twist on things. I'm like, okay, what's going on in this movie? Like, it just goes completely off the rails. Fast forward to 2007. We get a really, really gory and really, really raw remake by Rob Zombie.
If you've seen Rob Zombie movies, it's not as bad as his other ones, like, but it's still pretty gory.
Yeah.
I kind of like that he went into a backstory about
that's
Michael becoming.
See, the thing is,
I like it dove more deep into
the thing
when he was a child.
People don't like that. Like because I like that movie. I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, they're going back into childhood, and I was like, I like that. But people have problems with that because just like, I don't want to know, why this thing is trying to kill me. The fact that he's trying to kill me is scary enough.
Yeah, but it wasn't a purpose of why he was trying to kill you. It was more of like how he
got there.
Why he was doing what he was doing, and how he became
pure psycho.
Yeah, I guess that's I liked it. It was a little, gory. It was little. It was
from him doing his first kill as a kid when he beat the bully.
He beat the kid from Spy Kids.
Cortez.
Yeah. In the second one, Halloween 2 that Rob Zombie remade, I did not like that one.
And because that one also jumped into the supernatural.
That one jumped into
where
supernatural.
He was imagining and seeing his mom.
And then at the end of the movie, the girl's wearing the mask. But a fun fact about the Halloween Rob Zombie remakes was that the girl who played Michael Myers' niece in Halloween 4, she came out in those movies. And her name is Danielle Harris. She was okay in the movies. I liked it. I just thought that was really cool. Like that he brought back someone from the original franchise to
kind of like what everyone tries to do when they do remakes.
Yeah.
They try to bring someone from
to play like some. But at least in the movie she played a big part, not like just like I'm here.
No, like a cameo kind of thing.
So this week we're getting Danny McBride, David Gordon Green's Halloween. It's a direct sequel to the original. They're scrapping every single Halloween movie that we've gotten. Don't worry about it. Just don't think anything about it. It's just Halloween, 1978, 2008 Halloween. It's
40 years later.
40 years later. Not H40.
So don't think that before you go see this one that you have to go see all the other ones. They're irrelevant. They're done. They're gone. It's kind of like what X-Men: Days of Future Past did.
Just erasing the timeline.
For everything before it. Everything just done.
I'm pretty sure there's not gonna be no explanation in the movie. Just like,
which would probably be
40
cool.
years
Which is probably what you would like.
Yeah, and also in the explanation, it's quickly it's like in the trailer. We got a little bit like they mentioned in the trailer. I heard that he was Laurie Strode's brother. No, that's just a myth. That's just they're punching you in the gut with it. It's I love it.
I'm sure that's like something in the movie that it's like they're gonna reveal she really was my brother, or he really was my brother. But
I think they're going back to basics. Because when John Carpenter wrote the first Halloween, his name wasn't Michael Myers. It was written as The Shape. That's the name of the original movie. Was originally called The Shape because he's just that. He's the shape that he's stalking you and he's coming to kill you for no apparent reason.
When you would see him from a distance, all you saw was just the figure,
shape. Yeah,
the shape of this guy just standing there, and then you look back and then he's gone.
Yeah, so they're going back to just that basic. He's just this
maniac
being,
that kills.
who just going after you to kill you. He's gonna go nonstop until he gets you, and I love that. I'm very, very excited to see this movie. I'm gonna be there opening night, and we'll see how it turns out.
We should make a plan on that. All three of us go see it.
I definitely want to go Thursday night, just like how we saw Avengers: Infinity War Thursday night. I want to go Thursday night, and I want to go see that movie because I'm so excited. I love Halloween. I can't wait for this remake, and we've gotten remakes. We've gotten remakes after remakes after remakes of different movies. Some of them worked, some of them haven't.
And to get it right, though, this Halloween is not a remake.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, definitely, yes.
You'd be surprised at how many times you had to say that to people and be like, well, what is this? Is this a remake or what's going on? It's like, no, it's not a remake.
It's a sequel.
It's a sequel.
It just happens to have the same name.
Same name, yes.
Straight up, just easiest way to put it, Halloween 1978.
Halloween 2018.
And Halloween 2018. From Halloween 2 to Halloween Resurrection, everything's gone. Rob Zombie remakes are just remakes. And that's it.
Those was just standalone movies. Mm-hmm. Nothing to do with the original franchise.
So, like we were saying, this is not going to be a remake. And speaking of remakes, you were mentioning earlier before the show about a certain trailer that just popped this week.
Yeah, have y'all seen it? It's a new trailer for Pet Sematary.
I've seen it.
It's
creepy. Looks creepy. Looks weird. Looks like nothing like the original Pet Sematary.
Despite
the kid getting ran over.
Well, the 18-wheelers. That was a little confusing for me. I
didn't understand those.
I never read the books.
I've seen the movie once.
King books. I've seen that. Speaking of movies that you said how Halloween used to freak out, when you were young. That was one that was freaking out when I was young because that was what
that freaked me out too, especially with the little kid.
Not just the little kid, but the
cat and the mom.
The dead guy. That
oh. Yeah.
I don't like. The thing is, thing is, I've seen it once and I don't remember anything. I remember Gage comes back to life. I remember
the part where he's in the house, he's attacking the old man. That's what's creepy about me. Like that's what creeped me out. Just that whole scene where he was just stalking the old man. The thing that grossed me out is like when he was hiding. Kid was hiding in the bed and just sliced the old man's heel.
Yes, with
the scalpel. And it was just
anything with scalpels is like
that cringed me when that happened because like he just yelled and like his foot just like folded, and his leg and his foot just folded in. And I was like, oh.
So but I don't like. Okay, there was Gage. There was it's a creepy ass cat. And what else came back?
But there was this random guy. The father, right?
People always mention the name. It's like a lady's name.
It was the wife's sister, I believe. That it was this part where she walked in like the bedroom and like it was just her. It was creepy.
I don't remember,
old lady, but it was actually played by some guy dressed as a lady. And it was just creepy, that part, and like I don't know, that movie was creepy, so I'm pretty sure this new Pet Sematary is gonna amp up that creepiness.
I mean, I like Jason Clarke. I love John Lithgow. I think they're awesome casting choices for this movie. Excuse me. I'm excited to see it, but I have to see the original again. I've seen it once, and I have to see the original. I mean, I know it's a creepy movie because I remember you're the one who showed it to me. You're like, this movie is creepy, and we watched it. I was like, oh, like this movie is like. But that was a while ago. I think it was like what about maybe 4 years ago. So I have to see it again.
On one of the streaming services. I want to say Amazon, maybe.
I'm pretty
Amazon or Shudder, because that's why I downloaded it recently. Shudder.
Oh yeah, and I heard Shudders are pretty good. Especially if you're a horror fan.
Yeah. I also like the idea that they're like remaking all the Stephen King movies.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Now because like they don't age well now. Like,
well, I keep telling people you got to remember, it was not.
I mean, it was not a cinematic.
It was not
a TV movie.
It was a TV movie.
But it still creeped
a two-part TV movie.
I mean, that's the other one. I was younger, creeped me out. Steve would always show me the case and like.
I don't know why. I mean, even now watching the original It movie, it doesn't creep me out. I mean, I loved.
It kind of makes me laugh. In other words,
it made me laugh when I first saw it.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of silly.
See, but the thing is, like, even the 2017 remake, it's not so much a scary movie. It's a good movie. It's more like a coming of age horror movie, But it's not. I watched it the other day and I was like, this movie is good. It doesn't necessarily scare me, but it's good. And yeah, clowns are scary as hell.
It didn't really rely on jump scares either. I mean, there's a lot of jumps, like not a lot, but there's a few jump scares in the movie. But it relies on like its unsettlingness of the kids seeing the clown, experiencing their fears, and then them overcoming all that to feed him. And at the end,
like if anything, like it unsettled me when Georgie, got taken. Like that was just like I was just like, oh, as a father, I'm just like, oh man, like that's sad,
And it actually went into more gruesome that one in this new one.
You could actually see his arm taken off. It's
pretty. Well, that's what I'm saying. That the new one actually, you were able to do. They were able to do a lot more with it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the Tim Curry Pennywise.
But it's dated.
I love Tim Curry, in general as an actor, one movie that he did creep me out on that you'll probably think is kind of silly is he was a little creepy on Home Alone 2.
Tell me why I knew you were going to say that. Because you say Tim Curry and I just think of him doing that big old smile with the Grinch. I was just like, I remember that always stuck in there just like, ooh, like that's so evil. But like...
and apparently his Pennywise scared people, but I always thought it was a little silly, and then when we get the remake of it,
Skarsgård.
Skarsgård. That one was a little bit more chilly for me, especially with his eyes.
And he does that. Yeah. Like, that's not CGI. He does it. I remember he was on a talk show, I think Jimmy Kimmel, and he showed Jimmy Kimmel, he goes, like, he does that smile, and then like his eyes just sort of was like, oh, like that's scary. But yeah, like this whole what they're called Stephen King. I tried
Stephen King universe.
Stephen King, like it's like a Renaissance, like it's like a.
They tried to like make it into a universe with the Dark Tower. Unfortunately, that movie didn't sit well with like Stephen King fans and like even regular movie fans. But
I mean, like we're remakes and reboots. I mean, it was one of them. Pet Sematary is an upcoming one. Halloween's coming up. Not necessarily a reboot remake, but I mean it's
a soft.
Yeah, I know it's a modern version of the original. We've gotten some bad ones. We've gotten a Nightmare on Elm Street. We got a Friday 13th, and those.
And like we're talking about, like the Rob Zombie remake, which
they're gory.
It was gory, and that's why some people didn't really.
They're trying to sell too much in that gore, and it's just like people don't want that. People want Like there was even talks for a long time about a Jason, somewhat quote unquote origin story, and it's like people don't want that. Like people, like especially with Jason, like.
Yeah, just look at the Leatherface. Look how they did with Leatherface. That was an origin story, with like of Leatherface as being a kid, and like his family like showing him like this is the way, like you gotta do this.
Showing him working at the slaughterhouse, and that when the slaughterhouse went under, that they had to let him go, and he's just like.
That's the Texas Chainsaw at the beginning. Talking about Leatherface. They came out like a year or two ago.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
Maybe this is something I'm missing. I don't.
Yeah. They actually made.
It's actually it wasn't
it's called
really,
Leatherface.
Huh.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you would have heard of it.
It kind of came and went. It wasn't. It was one of those movies. Kind of like I mean it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I thought was good. It scared me. Yeah. And there was the beginning.
And then the beginning, which kind of just like ruined.
It kind of dug into his backstory a little bit.
Wasn't too bad.
But
it just didn't.
It's kind of like Halloween 2, like Rob Zombie Dreaming. It was kind of like it just like.
And it was showing Emery Lee.
Yeah. He was in, he played a bigger role in that one.
Yeah, but
Lee.
What was I gonna say? Did he It shows like how he killed,
like how he started
the sheriff and got the uniform.
Yes,
From when they showed it from
and then that's when it's like this is the way we could live now. We have to kill anyone who comes in our way.
Yeah,
eat them.
I didn't see eat them.
Basically, because if you see his whole speech in the movie, it's just like dinner is served.
Like
it's just the sheriff he killed.
Yeah, that always kind of creeped me out. But yeah, I didn't see Leatherface. I was just like, it's.
I saw the Texas Chainsaw 3D, and I mean
that was another one. They say they just keep churning these out. It's like, and the whole thing is like Texas Chainsaw.
And that one actually it was a sequel to the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh,
so it starts off with a standoff with the whole family and the police, and they killed the whole entire family.
So it just kind of.
If you haven't seen it.
Thanks.
I was gonna see it now.
But a cousin of the family who's not doesn't know the family really says hey, you inherited this house. If you want to go to it, and unfortunately, Leatherface is there residing in that house and killed all her friends, whatever who comes.
Same old story.
Same old Leatherface story. Has Trey songs in it.
So I mean the thing is the thing what disappointed about those movies, I mean and it's kind of weird.
I know it's terrible CGI with the killings and stuff. You can see it.
It kind of the quality got lower and lower. Yeah. But what I was gonna say was that it kind of what disappointed me, and it's kind of weird to say, was for the longest time I thought that was a real story. Because they sold it as based on true events. And I was like, this really happened in Texas?
You can go visit the house. The house is over here in this place. And it's
they're always saying, you can visit the house. The house is here, minutes outside of Austin in Travis County. I'm like, oh, that's so scary. Just to find out that it wasn't true, and it's based off something that happened in up north,
Wisconsin, I think.
Ed Gein. I'm just I was like, oh, okay, well, that's not Texas.
And Ed Gein inspired a lot of other movies.
Because that one also inspired.
American Psycho, Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs.
That's what I was going to say. So.
Dude, Silence of the Lambs is a great movie, and like a little part of me is like, oh, what if they remake that? And it's like, don't remake that.
No,
Don't remake
it was
that.
a perfect movie. Like, I
No,
saw.
Don't do it. Mm-mm.
Who here could do that?
No one can replace Anthony Hopkins
Oh God.
as Hannibal Lecter.
No, yeah,
Even the Mads Mikkelsen.
you know,
Hannibal in the show.
I started watching some of that, and I started to get into it, and I stopped watching for some reason, but I liked it. I thought it was interesting. It was Hannibal. It was Mads Mikkelsen.
It was a younger Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, and it was. He plays a real like creepy dude, and like it worked out for me, and I was like, oh, this is pretty
Mads
cool.
Mikkelsen's also a really good actor too.
Yeah, he's awesome.
We've seen him in Doctor Strange,
Rogue One.
or Rogue One, or any of his other films.
But I mean, one way or another, we've gotten remakes, we've gotten reboots. Some of them failed, some of them have not. It seems like lately they're doing a lot better.
I think most of them. Well, as far as it goes, that one did a lot better. Obviously.
Like I said, but those like coming from a TV movie,
Yeah.
and then so it had a lot to deal with. And it's still split up into 2 parts.
Oh, I know. They're gonna wait to the second one.
One I was telling him that they should, or that I would like to see a remake of is Sleepwalkers. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Cat
It's
people.
Stephen King to the cat people.
I don't know the name of that
That
song.
one creep-
but
that one
song
creeped me
though-
out, too.
That one song that always comes on. That I don't even know how it goes.
That one creeped me out too.
I haven't heard they might be making a Pumpkinhead.
I heard about that too.
Oh,
I heard
Yeah.
that one was so good. I love that. I used to watch that when I was like young, like 9.
What was that about? I heard it was just
I've
This
never-
lady-
So what ends up happening in the movie? Spoilers coming up if you haven't seen it.
for Pumpkinhead 1990. Like
But so what ends up happening is this dad and his son, live in this small town, and there's these group of teenagers, I guess you can say, that are on their motorbikes, jumping and stuff. And the little boy runs after their pet. I think it was the dog or something. It's been a while since I've seen it. And it's kind of got the little basis of Pet Cemetery in it. But what ends up happening is that he gets hit, gets killed. Dad loses his mind. Not like totally loses his mind, but like he's obviously sad.
so
He's
so
grieving.
so
He's
it's
grieving.
the beginning of Pet Cemetery.
So he goes to this lady who he knows is a witch to bring his son back, or to get revenge for his son, and ends up being that he's the one that has possession over the demon Pumpkinhead, that goes and kills the people that he wants.
Huh.
Again, you gotta watch it. It's good. I liked it. I don't know if I would want that as a remake, but
I mean I heard
but
that
it'll be. I guess it'll be cool because it'll get people interested into it again.
Is that that's not a Stephen King property, is it? No.
I don't think so.
Sounds
No, no.
Okay. Well, I mean, think about it. Another Stephen King property that got remade that wasn't good. Can anybody guess? No. Starts with a C. Carrie.
Oh yeah.
Remember they remade Carrie with Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
ding! The cheese. The mouse finally reached the cheese.
So it wasn't all that great, and it's just like kind of came and went. So I mean,
But I was glad that they didn't go too much into depth with it either. They kind of stuck with the way the original one was.
honestly, like I've seen the original Carrie, and it's okay. I mean,
John Travolta.
it's there. I mean, she's covered in blood. She screams. Okay.
Of course, they could do a lot more. They did a lot more like her powers in the remake than they could in the original one.
I just think Julianne Moore was, she kind of creeped me out.
She kind of made the whole.
She did come on,
She made the
right?
whole.
Yeah, she
movie.
was the mom.
She made the whole movie, honestly. But
Yeah.
other than that, her performance couldn't, save the movie
Don't
itself.
get me wrong, I love Julianne Moore. She's a great actress.
I also
Playing
heard
all
at
the
one point.
roles.
At one point, I also heard, and I haven't heard. It's been a while since I've heard it, but that there were 2 rumors that they were gonna remake Cujo, which that was a long time ago. It was just like kind of brought up and never mentioned again, and Christine, the car.
Who's Kristen? Oh, okay.
Which I'm just like, a car, really? Like, I mean, okay, I guess, whatever. But I mean, it's just like it's we're in this time right now where Stephen King is getting more popular than ever.
He also has a show with J.J. Abrams on Hulu,
Castle Rock.
Which I still haven't seen. I actually have.
I've seen 2 episodes and it's suspenseful. It keeps you locked in. Mark Bernardin of Fat Man Beyond, no longer Fat Man on Batman because they got in trouble with Warner Brothers. He helped write some of the episodes and it's been a big hit. I mean, it got
really good.
It got
really
renewed
good.
for season 2.
Oh yes. Awesome.
So I mean,
and
Bill Skarsgård comes out in there
Bill
too.
Skarsgård's in it, which
And he does an eye thing. No, I'm just kidding. But he is creepy as hell.
But it's good though. I liked it. What I really liked about it too is that they made some Stephen King
the references.
novel references
are off the chain. You see, I mean, I don't want to spoil it. Should I do it? Should I spoil it? Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna do it. But
I know it's been out for a while. People probably should have seen it already. But for those who probably don't need
check it out.
Know what it is, yes,
like,
go check it out.
And I mean,
see if you can catch those references.
And there were a lot in the first episode.
First 2 for
just
sure.
like,
first 2
oh,
for
like,
sure.
oh, cool.
Yeah, because I was showing it, with my wife, and
My wife.
I was like, oh, that's a Stephen King novel, and she's like, what do you mean? I go, look, just listen to it. And she's like, oh, but then there were some of them that I had to explain to her, and she's like, then she'd be like, oh, kind of like what I did earlier, but
mouse found the cheese.
But yeah, I mean, it's a really good show. Really, I mean, like you said, suspenseful. I kind of like figured it out in the middle of it, but it does keep you like guessing and does keep you wanting to watch
And also,
more.
the actor from the It movie, Bill
Oh, yeah,
Skarsgård,
yeah.
is in
Yeah,
Castle Rock.
yeah.
He doesn't play Pennywise though. He plays different
there's
character.
It's just a totally different
There was
character.
a
I'm
theory
sure
that
they
people were
probably-
like, oh, he's Pennywise. I'm just like, calm down.
Chill out.
But yeah, I mean, Stephen King is making a comeback in a big way. I remember, what was that? What movie was it, or what show was it? When like they were like, oh yeah, one time Stephen King came into our town and put gas, and they're like, they're talking to him like, no, everybody was afraid to talk to him.
What was that? There was, I remember that.
I think it was Mr. Deeds.
Yeah, I think so. No, everybody was afraid to talk to him. But I'm excited for Pet Sematary. Granted, the trailer wasn't too enticing for me.
It bored me. Honestly, I was just like,
I
okay,
was just so confused
It
with
got
the
me
kids.
confused with those kids
Yes.
and the mask and the drums and it's
I mean,
like,
I understood.
what part do these kids play?
I understood kind of the mask thing because they were like mask of pets, but it still confused me. Like, what are they doing some type of ritual? What's going on here?
I mean, to me, I was just expecting a little more. I was just like, okay. I mean, like,
If you want a good Stephen King movie to be remade too, I also think they should redo Children of the Corn.
That's
That would
Stephen
be-
King.
They actually
That
have
would be
remade
cool.
Children of the Corn like sci-fi.
No, not a sci-fi. No, I'm like an actual movie to go to and watch. That would
I'm
be
just
cool.
like there is
It's out there.
Children of the Corn
man.
remake. It's out there. Sci-fi channel.
Well, yeah, it's just like The Shining. They did a TV movie remake, which was dumb.
That was funny because when I was younger, I saw that remake first. That's the first one I ever seen. I was like, "Oh, this is scary." Then I saw Jack Nicholson. I was like, "Oh, this is scary."
This is
like,
worse.
which is also available on Netflix. Check it out.
But
Shining.
the funny thing about the Jack Nicholson version, it's what's the director's name? It just drew a blank.
Steven Kubrick.
Yes, Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley
Stanley
Kubrick.
Kubrick.
Steven Kubrick.
You're just thinking of me.
Don't
But-
me about that.
But yes, that director gave a lot of middle fingers to
everybody.
Stephen King
Oh.
and everybody in the studio.
He also shot the moon landing.
Because
First man Jada.
in the novel, they ride a Volkswagen buggy, red.
Yeah. Oh yes. I read about this.
In the movie,
He shoots.
he when they're driving to the hotel, they see a yellow Volkswagen crushed by an 18-wheeler or something like that, and that was like Kubrick giving his middle finger to Stephen King. Like,
That's
And
like that's
honestly,
like,
Stephen King.
kind of like an FU. I'm gonna do what I want to do. You're
yeah,
not gonna
because
tell me- you're not
Stephen
gonna tell
King
me
is
how to
real
make it.
vocal about what he likes, what he doesn't like in
Yes.
movies.
And he didn't like The Shining at all.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
liked The Shining. So Stanley
Just 'cause-
Kubrick was like, you know what?
I'm still gonna do it right now.
I'm sure he didn't like the idea that novel being made, and that's probably why.
But I mean, but even yeah, I mean, regardless of all that, I mean, The Shining is one of the greatest horror movies of all time. I think so in my mind. It's scary.
Yeah,
it's a slow burn, but it's long and it's great.
It's unsettling. It's gives you the nerves.
Especially after when the wife starts actually seeing everything happening, and Jack Nicholson is.
And it really dives into the
Johnny.
And the thing is, like
Oh, the way he dies too.
the thing is, like, even the behind the scenes of, like, you know, him, like,
Ooh.
you know, with the wife, like,
Have you seen the behind the scenes when he's prepping himself to get ready to do the part where he's with the axe to the door? Oh man, he's just there. He's
just getting angry,
just getting ready. Just like if he's going crazy, and then
I read a fact somewhere.
And then when like he's there ready. Sorry, he's there getting ready. Like if he's getting ready for a marathon, and then the director says action, he just grabs the axe. And it's just like. Oh,
and like
shoot.
I also read somewhere, I think it was on IMDb, the trivia section of that movie, and like I think they fed Jack Nicholson like foods he didn't like just to get him agitated. That's all they fed.
See, that's the thing that like Stanley Kubrick is an actor that would do that. Like Shelley Duvall, the actress, he got to her mentally and like literally made her, you know, cry and like stressed out, her hair falling out for that role, and like that's like horrible.
I think she even quit acting for a while after
and the
that.
part when they're doing up the stairs, I heard they shot that like
90s, like
a few hundred times.
Yeah, 100 times, like 100 times, and that she was emotionally distressed about it. Like it's. I mean, I feel really bad for like praising it, but it's just like, oh, like it's like the end result is just like, oh my god, this movie. And for those of you who haven't seen Ready Player One, it's a nice Easter egg for Shining in there. You should watch it. I know you'll love it. You've seen it, right?
Don't tell me. I think I know what it is. I think y'all have to, but don't tell me.
It's pretty
again.
funny, though.
I want to see
It's
it.
because like they're just there. It's like, oh, what's going on?
Steve has to watch it. But I mean, horror movies, awesome.
Do you think we're gonna get that?
What's that?
A Shining remake?
I highly doubt it.
I hope not. I really hope not. I mean, like I said, we've gotten the TV movie, and apparently a lot of people don't like that.
Well, I mean, yeah, because with TV movies you can only do so much.
See, the thing is, like,
and you have to
like,
censor out
like
a lot of stuff.
I've seen it when I was younger, so I don't remember anything about it. I just remember that was the first one that I seen, and then later on I saw the original. I was like, oh, like this is even more scary.
What really got me upset about the remake was that they replaced the maze with animal-shaped hedges that would come to life in the remake. Yeah, trust me, watch it again.
I don't want to watch it again.
and speaking of like Stephen King, sort of a remake, or like not even a remake, The Mist, they made that into a show.
I heard the show is better than the movie.
Oh god, the movie.
The movie was very good to me, especially the ending.
The ending, yeah.
Steven's like, fight me, bro.
No, I'm gonna agree with him. The ending was, oh my god.
Oh,
have you seen the ending?
Oh my god.
It's
I've seen it.
It's just one of those where you're just like, did that really just happen? Did this do that?
And
I wanted to react the same way Thomas Jane did.
and after the events of The Mist, Thomas Jane went on to be the Punisher.
And he wanted to punish everybody that went on to the events of The Mist. I don't know. But oh man, it's crazy.
Hey guys, so yeah, that was I think we did a pretty good discussion on horror movies on Halloween. What do you guys think? I mean, Stephen King come back in a big way. Halloween, gonna make a big splash. I mean,
fresh comeback.
You guys excited about anything else, or that's about it?
All right, so to kind of shift gears here a little bit, we actually have a little segment we want to talk about, or that we introduced that we want to call "Have You Heard?"
Have you heard?
Like he said.
Yeah.
So this week, actually this month, we've had a few albums come out from a few different bands and artists that we wanted to just kind of talk about. That we're actually fans of and that we totally geeked out on when they finally came out. One that I liked, that I was super excited about, that I had been talking about for a while, was 21 Pilots' new album, Trenches. They had already released 3 singles, Jumpsuit, Nico and the Niners, and Levitate. The album dropped, I believe, this week or last week, but it dropped this month for sure. And I mean, I'm going to tell you guys, I don't know if you are fans or not of 21 Pilots, but they're good. The album's really good. It is a lot different than the first two albums for sure. It's got a pretty good follow up for Blurry Face, or Blurry, I think is what the last album was called, but still really good. My favorite song on that album, besides the 3 singles that they had released previous the album, My Blood. You guys should listen to that album. It's really good.
I like
that single. That was from the last album, which is still a good song. But yes, that song from the new album, Trenches, My Blood, is probably like my favorite song from the whole album for sure. That's the first one I always go to when I start the album.
How's your son like? I know your son loves Twenty Pilots.
He loves Twenty
Every time I
Pilots.
pick him up, he's like, play that song. I was like,
No.
just kidding. But yeah, he loves them.
No, he likes it. I mean, he definitely likes the 2 singles that came out, which was Jumpsuit and Nico and the Niners. He's heard it, he likes it, but he hasn't really shown like what other songs that he likes other than those 2. But he's a real big fan. I wish they would come here to San Antonio. I would love for that to be one of his first shows to take him to.
Cool.
I think it would be really awesome for him to see.
Well, anyway, speaking of good bands,
Yeah, we were just talking about good man.
one of my favorite bands, Basement. Me and Eddie like them so much. I mean, I've seen them a couple of times. Well, not a couple of times. I think once. And they play a good show. But like, they recently released a new album called Beside Myself, and it's very good. If you like Basement, they keep true to their sound.
Yeah, they're.
I mean, it's different from Color Me and
Promise Everything.
Yeah, that one, and
I forgot the other one. I forgot the other album. But you're talking about their first 2 albums, right?
yeah.
Yeah. No, honestly, like, yeah, I did say Promise Everything, but Promise Everything kind of like put him into that sound of like, in my mind, of like
Emo,
just emo
alternative
90s like just grunge rock. And that's why I think you'll like it, because it's just like you can listen to a song and it's just like you listen to a song and you just jam your.
Yeah, I remember you were mentioning something like that. And since me growing up in the 90s, listening to a lot of the bands from the 90s, it kind of reminded me more. I guess one of the songs I heard for some reason reminded me more of Weezer for some reason. And I could be way off.
Well, it's
Yeah,
their album before this one.
Promise
Well,
Everything.
yeah, it was definitely
Yeah.
before this, because it was before the album.
But I
new
mean,
album dropped.
this new one, I mean, it doesn't stray too far away from that last one. You listen to you can listen to any song of the album and you just like you find yourself like just jamming. It's a good jam.
Just
It's
jam.
like there's songs
Slapping the
where like
bass.
you can jam. There's songs where it's like, all right, like it's slow. It's they're diving into like the older material they used to come out with. But I mean, for the most part, I'm pretty sure most of the users probably won't have heard of Basement, because they're one of those bands that like they're big, but they're not.
They're more big in the UK, aren't they?
Yeah, because they're from the UK.
Oh. No shit, right?
Anyways.
It's one of those bands like they're big, but they're big in like in its own scene, and not like 21 Pilots, where it's like mass. Like they're trying to appeal to a mass audience, but Basement are trying to appeal to this particular scene of people.
And they do a good job. If you haven't heard of them, I would definitely recommend checking them out. If you like just jam music, just rock music, just check them out. Their last album is Beside Me. 21 Pilots' last album is Trench. Or Trenches.
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 Trench or trenches, but
Yes.
potato.
Another album that I personally like, I don't know if my brothers listen to it, but it's a new album from Hell the Sun, Mental Knife. If you like Dance Gavin Dance, if you like a lot like Birds, you'll love Hell the Sun. I mean, think about if Anthony Green from Circus Survive sang for Dance Gavin Dance. That's kind of like my way of thinking it, because the voice, the singer's voice resembles Anthony Green's so much, and
I've seen Hell the Sun live before too, and
he
the singer's
plays,
actually the drummer.
Yeah, the singer's the drummer. So I mean, like for him to be able to sing and play the drums like he does, and the fast pace, it's awesome. Mental Knife is an awesome album. I recommend check it out.
Speaking of drummers that sing,
yes, and this is one band that all three of us can all give or take on. Atreyu has released their I don't know what album.
Their fifth studio album.
Fifth or sixth? I want to say sixth.
There's
There's
Suicide
Curse.
Suicide Note.
Suicide Notes.
The Curse. Death Grip on Yesterday. Lead Cells. Six. It's gonna be the sixth because in Conjugation of the Damned.
Oh, you also forgot that they also released another one recently.
Live
too.
Long?
Like, yeah.
Oh, Live Long. So
Could be
seven.
seven.
Long Live. I'm sorry.
Long Live. Seven.
So
Seven.
there was a big gap between Congregation of the Damned
And like the.
and Long Live, and Long Live came back with a big old smack. They're awesome in that album.
Yeah, because sorry, but to cut you off, but yes, because I was just reading about it. One of the few things I actually did read up on. 2011 is when the band went on hiatus with Congregation of the Damned being the last album that they had recorded.
What was that? What was that really?
They the article I read said that they just kind of went on hiatus because they had been touring since like the Curse had made it big all the way up to then.
And honestly,
then,
I'm glad they did that because like that last Congregation of the Damned wasn't that great.
And they wanted to focus on
Their personal endeavors.
personal endeavors and
Right.
family. So
And like I said, I'm glad they did that because when they came back with Long Live in 2016, that album was
Sounded
awesome.
like the older stuff, right?
Yeah, it sounded like their older stuff, and they came back jamming. So In Our Wake is the newest album from Atreyu, and they came back just hammering it again. I honestly love this album. It's so great.
I was just listening to it yesterday. It is a damn good album. There's just one song I just don't like. It's called Terrified.
Is it slow?
Real slow, super slow, like beyond slow, even slower than The Theft. And
I forgot.
I mean,
like,
there were some slow songs on the newer ones, like Concentration of the Damned.
but this
which ones they were.
one's like really slower than those.
Like just
I like
soft vocals all the way.
I just couldn't, for some reason I just couldn't listen to it. I had to.
I believe
switch it. But the rest of the album,
I believe
really
the third
good.
track. I cannot for the life of me remember the name of it. In Our Wake, but the third track of the album, like it reminds me of their cover of Epic song. What's that song called? I can't think of it. I'm sorry, but I mean,
Epic song.
Epic. Remember that song from that band?
The song is called Epic.
Is it called Epic?
From Faith No More.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. You know, it has like kind of has that beat.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's I'm sorry. It's not the third track. The song is called Blind, Deaf, and Dumb.
I was gonna say that's a damn good song.
It's a good song.
Damn
It gets
good
you.
song.
They're like, holy shit, and it's just like, oh, it's so good. It's such a good song. I recommend checking out Atreyu's new album. Like I said, it's called In Our Wake, and check it out. A lot of confusion at the table, but we got it, and we're going. And this album is awesome. Check it out. I mean, we here love the music that we love, and we wouldn't recommend these albums if we didn't think that you guys would like it. So I mean,
and other people might disagree with us, but
whatever. Shame me out of here. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, our music taste spans from hip hop to to some more mainstream stuff, rock. As our main core. But we love
polka.
Steven likes polka. But I mean,
polka, like what they play
like folky, like
folk music. I don't know about that.
But I mean, so yeah, I mean, this is a new segment we're gonna be having, on some shows, called Have You Heard? So I mean, stay tuned for more episodes. Shoot.
I recently, it's gonna be a part of the segment too. So I recently got the new Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and like I said,
gamer over here.
Like I said, earlier in the episode, if I can get my chance to talk about it, and I feel like it's my chance to talk about it now. To me, I enjoy Call of Duty games to an extent, but after a while, I do get bored of them, and I feel like this game, they do add new things, especially the zombie mode, because Black Ops,
famous for zombies.
The company that make that, the game developers that make the Black Ops series is Treyarch, and they zombies started off as just a little Easter egg, in their first Call of Duty game they made, World at War, back in like 2005.
That was when I was playing games.
Yeah.
I remember playing that.
And like from there it just
Horde.
revolutionized it. They just like revamped it, made it to a whole story, and like it grew from what it was from World at War to now.
Just being like a little quick side game to being an actual storyline in the game.
And you know, I like the zombies mode because it adds new elements to the mode, to the mythology of all the zombies throughout the whole, you know, Treyarch series of Black Ops games. You know, multiplayer is average, not average, but like they do try to, you know, fix things. You know, they went away with the whole jumping around and running on walls like you got from Black Ops 3.
It's pretty insane in there, I guess.
It's fast paced. You know, it's the same fast paced Call of Duty games.
And that's
Call of Duty multiplayer.
That's the multiplayer, right? Online.
Yeah.
How about the
And they also released a new Blackout mode, which is their battle royale, trying to compete with, you know, Fortnite, PUBG.
Oh, okay.
And it's good. You know, I played the beta, and it was good. It was fun. But for me, for the full game, it's just gonna be there. Like, if I want to play it, I'll play it. But I'm gonna be focusing my energy on the multiplayer.
Okay, yeah. So maybe that's the thing. Like Call of Duty was more of like multiplayer. That's the multiplayer blew up to me.
And that's when, and like with this game, they did away with a campaign. So don't expect.
There's no campaign.
Don't expect to get the game and you're gonna have a campaign. There's no campaign.
Wow. So it's just pretty much.
It's just
aim
pretty much
for the zombies,
multiplayer,
Blackout, and Battle Royale.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, like, I don't think they should try to replicate Fortnite's Battle Royale, because Fortnite.
Well, they're not replicating it or making it their own. And
but the thing is, like,
I can see it is their own because you have vehicles you can
okay.
You have different things you can get.
Well, didn't Sony just announce that they're gonna start crossplay with the Fortnite? So like,
it's already going on right now.
So people with so Steven, so we could understand in your terms, people with PS4s could now play with people with Xbox in the same game. How fun is that?
I don't know. I stopped playing games after the first version of Game Boy went out of style.
Expect more game reviews from me because, you know, in 2 weeks I'm gonna get Red Dead Redemption 2, which is, I don't know if y'all heard of original Red Dead Redemption.
I know.
It's from Rockstar. You know, people who
it's just like Grand Theft Auto, but
set in a western.
Yeah, set in a western setting.
Wild
Wild West.
In November, Battlefield 5 is coming out, set in a World War II setting. Instead of Battlefield 1, it was set in World War 1. And they're coming back with like the new war stories. If you've been to, I mean, it was actually pretty good. They had war stories where it takes you into like an actual battle that happened in the World War I, but you're playing a fictional character, and you're taking you like through a whole battle.
Fictional character.
And then you know, it's gonna do the same thing with in Battlefield 5, and after that it's gonna be Fallout 76. I'm sure y'all guys haven't heard of Fallout.
I've heard of Fallout.
Fallout. Yeah, okay. Well, this one is gonna be Bethesda's.
That's what I was thinking.
This one's gonna be Bethesda. It's actually called a Pet Boy.
Okay, you lost me.
This one's gonna be Bethesda's dive into bringing multiplayer to Fallout, because it used to just be, you know, single player RPG, but they did it with Elder Scrolls Online, which I played. It was fun for like a month. Then like my friends and I stopped playing it because Fortnite came up. It's on the come up. We got Destiny 2 and all these other games, but Fallout 76 is gonna be, you know, Bethesda's first take on multiplayer in the Fallout universe, and I'm excited for it. I know a lot of people have their criticisms about the game, especially the way the progression system is and all that.
Everybody's gonna have criticisms about it.
But I mean, it's exciting. It's gonna be new. I always wanted a multiplayer Fallout game, and it's coming in November. Beta is gonna be coming out soon, which I might, you know, try and get in. All I gotta do is pre-order the game.
Well, I'm here waiting for the new Ultimate Smash Brothers on the Switch, so I'll be playing that. But that's it for our show this week, guys. You know, like I said, like Matthew said, stay tuned. You know, he's gonna be doing a lot more game reviews. Follow him on Twitter. What's your Twitter handle?
Shaolin Matty.
Shaolin Matty. You know, follow him because he does a lot of stuff with gaming. You know, he'll be streaming games. You know, on anybody in Geekin Drinkin loves games. Follow him. Follow our Twitter handle at Geekin_Drinkin. Same thing at Instagram, Geekin_Drinkin, and follow us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Geekin Drinkin podcast. If you don't already know, we are on Spotify, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts. Just search for Geekin and Drinkin, and you'll find our shows there, audio version only. And check out the videos. Obviously, check us out on YouTube. Our YouTube channel. We have all our episodes there, so check that out. We very much appreciate all the support that we've been getting. Share our videos, spread the word. We want your feedback. We want your we want your support. Any way we can give back, we will give back, and just stay tuned for more on that.
And give us suggestions. I mean, come on. We want not only just your feedback, but give us some suggestions. Tell us what you think. Send us some questions. We'd love to answer any questions that you may have about certain things. What we probably think about certain shows, certain games, certain music. Let us know. We'll respond back.
Or just ask us questions about the show.
We're doing this not just for our entertainment, for your entertainment as well. We're here for you guys.
Soon I might be doing comic reviews. Cause I might get back to buying comics. I stopped because financial reasons. It's very expensive for these comics these days. They're not just 68 cents anymore. They're like $5 or like $3 to $4 now. And just me buying 10 is like a good $30 investment for me. So I'll be doing that here soon. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing more game reviews, and we're doing more reviews outside of comic book movies, outside of comic book TV shows.
Yeah.
So just let us know.
Yeah,
let us know what y'all want to hear.
And like Steven said, send us in your questions. About anything and everything. If you send them enough questions, we'll answer them on the next show, and we'll give you a shout out. We'll answer those on air, and just give us your thoughts, give us your opinions, give us everything. We're very appreciative of anything y'all give us. But that's it for the show, guys. I think it's all good.
We're all good.
My name's Eddie.
Steven.
I'm Matt.
We're Geekin' and Drinkin'. Peace out.